Hello and welcome to the Let's Talk Soccer show here on YouTube. It's me again, Joe Stanley, back for another week of football debate. I'm joined this week by Jamie Davies and Luke Tanner to talk through, we're going to talk through the World Cup, we're going to talk through the Championship and Football League playoffs and the Champions League. And before we come on here, we're having a bit of a laugh about Manchester United's managerial situation. Good way to start the show, isn't it, Jamie?
Damn it, I'm surrounded by two cockfights.
They are the biggest banter club this season. They have taken that trophy
with a new Arsenal. Yeah.
And you've stuck it in that trophy cabinet that's beginning to get a little dusty. So, yeah. That will forever be dusty. Your trophy cabinet.
All I can say is I hope we win at Anfield now, just to stop you lot from winning the Prem.
If we win the quad, I know quad talk, they tried to ban in the WhatsApp group, but if we win the quad, no other club can come back to us.
I'm mentioning it every day, Joe. If we win it, it's getting mentioned every day.
My only fear, Joe, is towards Luke, where the more you talk about it, the worse it looks, because it's like an England fan saying it's coming home a million times over, and then you lose.
I'll stop mentioning it.
As a friend, I'm thinking about you, but as a United fan, it's very annoying.
I'll stop mentioning it, because last thing I'm going to say about it, if it happens, best Premier League side of all time, goes above the treble side, go above the OA, go above all the City sides, F the Invincibles, overrated. There's so many other better teams than that. Yeah, so if it happens, we are the top.
I mean, it's not going to happen, so there's no point debating it.
Slim, but
anyway, back to the schedule and FIFA World Cup qualifiers. We've been having the playoffs this week, or the first round of the playoffs before you get into the proper nitty gritty of the two-legged affairs. And there was a big shock in the first game last night, or one of the first games. Italy, the European champions, will not be going to the World Cup again. They were knocked out last night by North Macedonia with a goal from Alexander Chajkovsky in the 92nd minute. I don't know if you saw the goal, lads, but what a finish.
It was a great
goal. I was like, oh, what a finish. And then when you break it down, it's like, Jorginho too slow to closing down. And what is Donnarumma doing getting beaten by that range? It wasn't even directly in the corner. Like, Donnarumma's like 6'6". He should be saving that, in my opinion. And that's just capping up another awful couple of weeks for Donnarumma. Obviously, PSG got knocked out of the Champions League, and he's just stunk it up for Italy. So it's not looking good for Italy. And guess what? It's not coming to Rome, is it?
That's a good comeback towards Mr. Bonucci there.
Now that meme of him pulling back Saka is North Macedonia pulling Italy back.
Yes. Love it. That's such an iconic photo as well.
All the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of the people today, because obviously they had the anthem, didn't they? We Are the People for the Euros. I said, I can't listen to that song anymore, because all I think of is losing the final.
I mean, it's a terrible song anyway, so do you really want to listen to it again?
Probably not.
No, but I will say this for North Macedonia. I'm not going to say it's been coming. I'm not going to sound like this was expected, but this is a team that experienced the Euros for the first time in its history last summer. Okay, well, they didn't get out of the group stages, but, at the end of the day, it was experience for them. This was just for them, it was 3 matches in Europe. Enjoy it. See how far you go. No expectations. They go and beat Germany, let's not forget, in a qualifier match as well, away from home. They nearly beat Germany as well. I think, no, sorry, I'm getting mixed up now. They did beat Germany in a qualifier anyway, and then they go and beat Italy. I'll say this now about Italy. Don't get me wrong. In terms of the Euros, they didn't lose any matches for over 30 matches or something like that. But if it hurts even more now to think that England lost on penalties to these lot. I'm not going to go on and say that Italy are crap or anything like that. Mancini is a good manager. He's been a good coach at the team.
Would you take him at Man U? Would you take him at Man U?
Sorry?
Would you take him at Man U?
To be honest, mate, I'll take anyone right now. I'll take sliced bread to just lead our team. I mean, that wouldn't last very long, but I'll take Michael Scott.
Stick the sliced bread back in the fridge.
I'd take Michael Scott. He's had managerial positions in the office, so I'll take him right now.
I love Michael Scott.
helped his office get the leading sales in the company, so I'm sure he can lead us to success. but anyway, it is still a shock, though. I mean, Italy, it just doesn't look good, does it? Whatever way you take it. Where I think that's what I love about playoffs. It really is do or die, and it just shows that for Macedonia, they looked at it and thought, look, we've got 90 minutes or more to just play our best and see where we go. They've still got to play a final next week. Who knows? They'll either be up for the challenge or they might have a hangover from this.
Mm. Yeah. Before we move on from Italy, remember when Jorginho was voted third in the Ballon d'Or? What a joke.
That feels like a long time ago. Do you remember when he used to not miss penalties until that final?
No, I think it was like he kept scoring penalties, and Alisson saved one last season, and since then he's been hit and miss.
Yeah,
this hop, skip, and jump rubbish. So frustrating.
Oh, Jorginho, you're taking a penalty. You're not in the playground. Anyway, moving on. Sweden versus Czech Republic. They won last night. Sweden did against the Czech Republic. Robin Quailson, I can never pronounce that name very well, with a goal in the 110th minute. I thought it was Alexander Isak, but it's down here as...
Isak got the assist. He played the 1-2 with him and
so that's a big one. Czech Republic not going to the World Cup. Some big players missing out there. Thomas Souček, Barak, Kucha, Yankto.
It's hard to pick between those two, though. I mean, Czech Republic beat the Netherlands quite convincingly at the Euros in that knockout game last summer. But yeah, Sweden, they got to the last World Cup. They always have a hit and miss World Cup as well, where they don't make every single major tournament. Both nations have that same kind of history. So I didn't watch the game either, as Luke said, but it'd be interesting to see how they do. I think it'll be... Actually, I think the last time Zlatan Ibrahimovic played in a World Cup was in 2006. So could he be representing Sweden at the World Cup later this year?
Probably, because it's Zlatan, and he'll go, hey, this is not Sweden, this is Zlatan. Make it somehow, even though he's injured.
Zlatan won the World Cup.
This is the Zlatan Cup.
This is the Zlatan Cup. This is the best cup ever because I'm playing in it.
Moving on, you guys, did you watch the Portugal game last night, Jamie?
No, I watched the Wales game.
Yeah.
But
I watched the Wales game at work, but got slated because when I was like, why isn't Rui Patricio playing for Portugal? Isn't he like the number one? And Seb goes, Costa's one of the best young keepers in the world. I'm like, what? Since when?
I love your Seb impression.
Like, since when has he been rated? He was very shaky against Liverpool, and yes, it was only 2 games, but I did watch the highlights for the other Porto games in the Champions League, and where's that world-class potential? I know I don't play anymore, but I did used to coach as a goalkeeper coach, and I don't see anything special in him. Obviously, I've not watched the highlights, and apparently he's made a couple of great saves, but they got through. Yeah, good for him. But Jota, the main man again, and 2 United boys stinking up the place for Portugal.
I mean, he's Portugal's best player at the moment, Jota. He was probably Portugal's best player at the Euros as well. But that's not a good thing to take because the whole team in the Euros was shite.
The whole Bruno can't play with Ronaldo it's true, they can't play together.
No. I mean, Joe,
and they're shoehorning. Hopefully, this is his last World Cup because Ronaldo ain't getting to 2026. So this is the last one. Build around Jota, Felix.
What do you think of Felix? I don't see him turning up in the big games for Portugal. That's my problem.
He's had a good. I think
I know he's still young, but
Atletico was the wrong move.
Yeah, I thought that.
Whoever advised him to go to Atletico should be sacked because you should have told him.
It doesn't attract him at all.
Sit and wait. Yeah, just wait for City, Barca, Real Madrid to come knocking. Then we move. But he just moved and he's not really set the world alight. Obviously got a massive future. When you're getting linked with Arsenal, your career's on this. when you're getting linked to go to them, you know you've made your career's not going as well as you've hoped.
I mean, our good friend Seb on the channel did say in the group chat last night, which I completely agree with, which was, look, any team in these playoffs are not great. Turkey, great, poor Euros. I mean, they're out anyway because they lost to Portugal last night.
There's 3 centre-backs are abysmal.
Oh, Sancho is so bad. I mean...
Hey, remember when he was linked to like all the big clubs for like £70 million, and everyone was like,
I know.
Yeah, we'll take a bit. He's no better than Dejan Lovren. Sorry, Stu. Like, he's worse than Dejan Lovren.
I mean, Lovren's a lot. No, Lovren's actually all right compared to Sancho, though. Let's be honest.
Aggressive,
let's talk about
rash, loves to get in the fight, thinks he knows the offside trap. Yeah.
I mean, just look at them all. I mean, Ukraine, they're okay. Scotland, I think spiritually, they're a great team. But I think
I don't know what's going to happen with the whole Ukraine, Scotland, Wales, because I watched the game. God, Bale was rolling back the years. He was
great.
Did you see the Spanish papers saying like calling Bale like a parasite? I'm like,
I know.
You're the bloody parasite because you're the parasite. Like, he has probably been Britain's best export abroad, maybe.
Yeah.
I think he's got more goals than R9 at Madrid or something. Don't quote me, but it's what.
No, I think you're right.
He's got more goals than R9. He had a bigger impact than Beckham. Like, you wouldn't have won the Decima without Gareth Bale. Like, he won Champions League because of Gareth Bale. And the way he got treated.
He won 2 Champions Leagues. The 2014 final.
Yeah.
And the one against you lot, which, whether you like it or not, he scored 2 goals. I mean, one of them should have been saved, but the other was probably the best goal I've ever seen in a Champions League final. And
the fact that he gets this disrespect, do I think he's going to play for a club next season? No. I honestly think he's going to go on a free and go, I'll stay fit for Wales, and that'll be it.
Yeah, I don't think
he seems like he's
anymore.
Pretty much out of love with the game. I think there was a doctor that called it when he was at Spurs saying, he's not going to have a long career like you guys think. Like, he is literally a hospital patient waiting to happen. Like, his legs are just going to give out at some point. And then
I just think
super muscular legs to like super skinny legs and like gaining muscle mass, then downing muscle mass. So hopefully,
learn a thing from Sheridan Shaqiri. But he scored the other week, his first goal in the MLS. But anyway, back with Bale. If Bale retired today, so be it. The guy helped Wales get to 2 European Championships. Got in the first one, he got them to the semi-finals, and then won. What was it? 4 Champions Leagues at Real Madrid. Screw it. He's had a great career, and he's made a lot of money. That's a successful career.
Best player for Wales of all time.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
Not much competition.
Well, Giggs didn't really turn up for Wales.
Nah.
Certain Englishmen's not turning up for England.
Here's a question: top 3 Wales players.
Bale.
God. Definitely Giggs. I don't care about Welsh level. I just Giggs over.
Bale, Giggs, Rush. There's not.
Yeah, Rush is probably a fair one, actually.
For the national
team. I know, like, they've had Hughes, Neville, Southall. Looking at defenders, maybe Ashley Williams, but like, it's not littered with.
Yeah.
It's lower league footballing, isn't it? Let's be honest.
If you go with the national team, it's definitely Bale. I was thinking like Bale, Rambo, Rushy,
they
and Giggsy are
really
the 4,
struggle
aren't
when Bale hangs up his boots.
Yeah.
Like, they are really going to struggle.
I think Ramsey's up there for a fair shout.
Yeah. The thing is, Wales will really struggle when they're going because there's no like young up-and-coming Welsh centre forward coming through. Like, they are really lacking.
Let's be honest,
having Harry Wilson up front.
Let's be honest, it's a country that focuses more on rugby.
Yeah.
Simple as that, isn't it?
Yeah. Hopefully Wales do it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I think Scotland will beat Ukraine if that game ever happens. But even if it doesn't happen, Scotland will get given the pass, I think, to play Wales.
I don't think they'll play that game. I think like 6 of the squad are fighting Ukraine. So
Yeah, I don't
Like-
think there's more important things right now. I think sadly Ukraine
Just have
to-
Wales versus Scotland.
That's what I mean. Just that's what I mean. Just
Yeah.
get it.
Could you imagine?
I do think
Great.
Ukraine should be given a deadline because the World Cup's is in 6 months' time. So that's not.
Yeah, a World Cup that Jamie will be going to.
Oh,
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I've saved my money, but we'll see.
here there. Can
we'll
you get us a
see.
souvenir?
Well, there's
Please.
been why hell, yeah, definitely.
So just don't get locked up.
I'll send you a Man United Qatari version scarf or something like that.
No, thank you.
But I've noticed though, there's been a lot of there's been calls for boycotting. I mean, Louis van Gaal's made his concerns this week. Gareth Southgate has said that he doesn't really see what it's going to achieve. I just
Of course,
think
they say that. Well,
I don't. But if you're going to boycott, why are you still playing your games then? You're just helping the course run through if you're playing any qualifier or playoff game right now. So, I mean, look, I know Qatar's got its issues, but we've been to countries before with the World Cup where it's had issues. Brazil, South Africa, Russia. It's all happened. The last 4 nations we've had the World Cup at has all been. Yeah, exactly what Luke's doing there, which is all about how many chips do they have. That's
why I went to Qatar, because people are gonna like this, because guess who was the main backer behind Qatar? The PSG owner.
Nasser Al Khalifi.
Yeah, he's got his fingers in UEFA. So it was always obvious that he was gonna go. That's why the whole Messi and Mbappe Neymar to make as much money as they could to promote Qatar for the World Cup, which I think is going to bomb. I really think it's not going to do that well this year.
So the Qatar World Cup's going to bomb according to Luke, and that's the
I
round.
just don't think it's going to do that great. Name a which team you look at the moment and go, yeah, they are looking like they're going to cook on all cylinders. You're going to look forward to see that team. No one's really stood out to me.
I think Brazil I watched Brazil last night against Chile. Now, I'll be honest, I have not really watched Chile recently, so I don't know if it was going to be an easy game or a difficult one, but they thrashed them 4-0. Anthony and Richarlison up front was very interesting to watch with Neymar in support. So I can see why Brazil are the favourites. But not by I don't watch them and go, wow, this
probably
is
the
amazing.
South American sides. Probably they are the favourites.
I think when you look at the conditions that they'll all face, but again, we had a South American World Cup not long ago, and Germany won it. So who knows?
Again,
who knows?
If you're in Argentina,
could England do it? Could this be the? I know I may sound a bit ambitious, but could this be a World Cup where England are in a mix where we finally got the experience of being at a major final?
Could it be Messi's time? Could this
is a prediction
season at PSG be because he's just resting up for the World Cup?
Who knows? But I'll say this now.
He's going to show up. Imagine if he wins the World Cup after having probably the worst season of his career. He just goes, yeah, let's turn up for the World Cup, boys, and I'll just pick up the 8th Ballon d'Or, please.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen, because if he wins the World Cup, the Ballon d'Ors isn't it?
Well, my prediction last year was that the final will be between Germany and Argentina. I've got no background on that. I just feel like with Germany, they always pick themselves
Hansi
up.
Flick's in charge as well.
Hansi Flick, and
they are.
I can see them doing all right. So
again, you look at that Germany defense, and you're going, what Rudiger, Süle back to? You're looking, no. You're thinking, nope. Then you're looking at France. You got France looking good, but the players aren't in form. Varane, Lloris, stuff going on with Pogba. Kante's not been at it. Griezmann's had a poor season at. I wouldn't say poor. He's had an average season at Atletico by his standards, and you know what Deschamps like. If you're one of his favourites, then you'll get in. If not, you'll just be frozen out and probably out of the European sides. Probably back France, just because they have got so much quality. They've got players that won't even touch the preliminary squad. That you go, yeah, they'll get on the team. Like Moussa Diaby from Bayer Leverkusen and Ibrahim Konate. I know that's going to annoy Seb in the chat because he's barely played this season. But
I said to myself when we lost that Euro final, that'll be the last time we'll get near a major trophy for a while.
yeah.
But I honestly think that if they can get prepared for this weather in Qatar,
Don't.
What I will say is that if we're going into a World Cup where no one's a certain favourite, all it takes is to get that final experience. And I think England, I'll say this now.
Don't trust Southgate.
The style they played at the Euros worked. It worked. It did work. Every time they played up front, if you watch every single goal England scored at the Euros, it was always playing it out wide and then crossing it in. Old-fashioned, but it works because nobody else does it. And I cannot stress how much I love crossing in football. It's so underrated. You can't. It doesn't matter how good your defense is. When the ball's in the air, you don't know where it's going to land.
It's just a shame that if Trent wasn't injured, Southgate would have left him out that Euro squad, which would have been.
But Trent could be back for this one. He might be the player that we hope for England this summer.
I just don't trust Southgate. Like he's. I feel like when you get like a delay on FIFA and like it skips ahead. That's how I feel like he does the squad. Sometimes you're picking players from a few months ago that are in form, but when you're picking the squad, they're no longer in form.
But he's developed a squad which people love. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, the whole public loved. I'm serious. Why do we need another manager? We've just had a manager that's got us to the Euro final.
I'm just disagreeing when you go the squad we all love because no, I don't love that squad. I don't love the squad.
Yeah, but why then? What's your reason?
Because
the whole nation got behind them because they were a good bunch of lads. I thought.
I did. You know what?
You haven't got a reason, have you? So I have. It's been really controversial,
and someone's going to get it. And got the wrong captain. The captain isn't a winner. Hasn't won. He shouldn't. Kane should not be wearing that captain's armband at all.
He feels like a captain, though.
Mm.
No, I feel like Kane.
I'd rather give it Declan Rice.
He speaks well, doesn't he, Harry Kane? No, not Declan Rice.
That's an extreme example.
This is so biased, but Jordan Henderson should be the captain.
Yeah, but he's not getting in the game. That's the point. That's why
I know, but
I know you two will disagree, but England don't need Henderson. Maybe in the changing room, but they don't need him on the pitch. They've got
just like England don't need Connor Cody. Just like the Cody.
Oh yeah, the Cody thing. Again, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Even if he doesn't, Kane doesn't fill me with that inspiration. That he just feels very wooden.
He disappears.
How should I listen to him about going to win? But you've done nothing but bottle. Everything you're being, you bottled it, Kane. So why should I believe in you when I should be listening to, I would say Kyle Walker, but he loves breaking rules. Just thinking about the people that have won stuff in that squad, that I'd go, when I listen to you, I go, leader, Jordan Henderson, Kyle Walker, John Stone, Raheem Sterling, because those are probably
Kyle Walker as a leader. Oh, give me
I know, but the thing is, you talk about one stuff. And you're thinking when the push comes to shove.
Oh no!
Yeah.
When's a fullback ever a captain?
Anyway, lads.
Philip Lahm.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
I think we've been going on a bit too long on this one. I think we've been going on a bit too long on this one.
Good there.
We'll leave it as
it's a good response.
Harry Kane to Bottler. We'll leave it there.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. And talk about Harry Kane and bottling things. Let's move on to the Champions League, something that he bottled a few years back.
What a segue.
Yes, lads. And the Champions League draw was done last week, actually done a week ago. And
all right, Jamie. Yeah, you can bounce now.
Oh, fuck off.
You can bounce. Hey, this is the big boy talk.
This is called a Champions League, Jamie. I don't know whether you know what they are. I know you've got 3 in your cabinet. Well, not you personally, but your club. But
I've got it here. Let's have
a look.
It's very small though, but it's bigger than Man City's.
Oh,
Oh wow. Oh wow. Yeah, sorry.
the banter is
Oh,
flowing
yeah.
like a nice passing football team. Anyway,
Shabby passer.
Come on, Joe. Just let's get on with it.
so the draws made. You got Chelsea versus Real Madrid, City versus Atletico Madrid, Villarreal versus Bayern Munich, and Benfica versus Liverpool. And then the winner of that obviously will play. The winner of City Atletico will play Chelsea Real Madrid, and then the winner of Liverpool Benfica will play Villarreal Bayern. And then the winner of the Bayern Liverpool game will be the home team in the final, and then the winner of you get the gist of it. What's your reaction to that draw, then, lads?
You know what? I think we're going to get that final, aren't we? The Man City, Liverpool. The Man
We're going to get the
Liverpool,
trilogy, aren't we, this season?
It feels, yeah. There's 3 on. It's not there yet. There's two on there, isn't there? There's the league game and the cup semi-final, but the Champions League we now know can happen. So it's basically, lads, do your thing and get to the final. My only concern is, I know you may disagree because I'm a United fan, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying this as a neutral. I've been saying this for the last few weeks. My concern for Liverpool is that they have been very lucky last few weeks. They haven't been at their best, but that's a good thing because if they can get that potential again, then they are going to be very, very unstoppable.
Good thing, and it's a bad thing. I do actually agree with you. It's a good thing, and it's
like
a bad
the Forest
thing.
game.
Not going to lie, that squad looks shattered. That squad looks so tired. Like the international break couldn't come quick enough. And the fact is, Robertson got COVID and Trent pulled his hammy, and they've gone off on 2-week breaks. But like I saw, like I know Twitter isn't the barometer to everything. Like,
but in all fairness, Robert,
that Trent decided that he wanted to pull out. But I'm like, Fergie's been doing this for years, telling players, you're skipping the international break. You're going on a nice long holiday just to relax and get ready for the running.
Fergie made sure that Scholes didn't have an international career, basically, and what a decision that was.
But again, it's like so I do agree with you there. Just I as a Liverpool fan, the draw couldn't. The only downer is the second leg of the potential semi-finals away, not at home. That is the only problem I've had. Apart from that,
there's no away goals. There's
no away goals
anymore. Let's not forget. So,
but the thing is, perfect draw. I could not have picked a better semi-final opponent. If I do think though that the last few games, Liverpool against Inter in that second leg, Liverpool against Forest, Liverpool against. I didn't watch the Arsenal game, so I can't comment. There's another game. Whole first half looked a bit sleepy.
Okay,
and that's probably
it's a good result. It's a good result at the end of the day because you beat a current good Arsenal squad and at their place. But I just think in terms of form right now, and I've not been trying to do this in our group chat, which is slate Liverpool or anything. I'm just saying as an honest neutral. My concern for Liverpool is that their luck will run out, and they've got to actually be convincing all of a sudden. They could have lost to Inter. They could have lost to Forest. So we could be talking here. We could be sitting. I know we're not in that scenario now, but we could have been sitting here talking about Liverpool only going for the league. So in
that Inter game, if you go different day, Liverpool in that game 3-1, better finishing and wrapped up, tucked into home.
I mean, Sanchez was a fool. I mean, if he wasn't sent off, I think you'd have had a very interesting last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But that's the way it was. But I think Klopp knows what's on the other side of that trophy, and that is Pep Guardiola coming for it. So,
ball head, please.
But is it?
I don't think he's going to get there. I don't think Pep's getting there. I don't think we're going to get.
Well, you've got to get there first. Klopp. You've got Bayern Munich.
I think we'll get Tuchel. I think Tuchel's going to be waiting for him at Champions League. I don't know if Pep is going to not overthink things because now let's see how his bottle is holding up because he's going to be scratching that head thinking, oh no.
It's been 11 years since he last won a Champions League.
Yeah,
but I will point out,
got Diego Simeone. I know Atletico have been defensively abysmal this season by their own.
I can't see them doing this against City.
but I don't think they could. But they play in a similar style, which you have seen frustrate City this season. The teams that they have dropped points against, they've sat deep and they've hit well on the counter. Look at the Palace away game. Yes, if City had their shooting boots, they probably would have tucked Palace away. Yet again, if Palace had their shooting boots, they probably walk away with a 1-0 win.
I think I went to the Atletico United game in that second leg, and to be honest with you, you could read it from the start of the second half and go, look, we just aren't good enough to get past these. Like they're natural to this. They know how to defend for their lives and get the win. But my problem is with them, with Atletico, is I don't think they can deal with City's pace or the waves of attacking that they'll give to Atletico Madrid. So that's why I think City will win. And I think they'll beat Atletico. But my concern is you lot with Bayern Munich on your side. Bayern Munich score goals for fun. And it's not just one player. It's not just two players. It's 3 or 4 different players. Whether it's Lewandowski.
You know what I'm going to counteract with that? You're talking about Liverpool haven't been convincing this season. You know what? I did a couple of watch-alongs for Bayern at the beginning of the season. They don't look convincing. They don't look convincing.
Their depth is their problem. Their depth is their problem, I think.
You're talking about, defensively, another day Liverpool probably go out of this and this and this. But he plays a back three with wing backs that aren't fullbacks. Like he's going to get.
Is shite.
He is going to get at the thing about it. Yes, it is Nagelsmann an excellent young coach. Yes, he is my guy to replace Klopp in 2024. That's the guy I want because I've got a feeling he'll be bored at Bayern in a couple of years' time, and Bayern will get bored of him because that's the Bayern way. But I do feel like that. Yeah, he's got Lewandowski banging in all the goals, but Lewandowski hasn't really turned up against Liverpool in the last couple of times we've met. Like at Anfield when we won the Champions League, like there was Matip and Fabinho at centre back, and we kept Lewandowski fairly quiet. And it was only a Matip own goal at the Allianz was the closest Lewandowski got. So yeah, Bayern haven't been convincing. They've not been convincing in the league either. Like they're talking about a title race in the Prem. That it's a title race in the Bundesliga because they've somehow let a woeful Dortmund team just, the doors open.
Dortmund are so bad.
Bit. And the fact that the door open
I get what you're saying, but it's not though, is it? I mean, Dortmund are pretty bad. Haaland needs to come
I do think it's Liverpool City. We are the 2 best teams in Europe. Chelsea, then it's Bayern. I just think Liverpool and City, we're on a whole different ball game to everyone else.
See, I think City are there, Liverpool are just under.
I think we are literally. It could be like that. It could be so close.
But the thing is, though, with City, the other day against Southampton, in that second half they just turned up and then they go and win 4-1.
Yeah,
and they don't even have a striker. This is why I can't. I don't like to say it, but I just
well and good doing it against
Southampton.
But when the push comes to shove this season, and you need if they didn't buy Grealish and brought Kane, this league would have probably been wrapped up by now. But the fact is,
I thought you didn't like Kane.
No, well, yeah, Kane knows how to score goals. He's a goal scorer. He's not a great leader. He's a pretty leader. But
the Grealish transfer is a weird one. I was quite scared when they bought him, but now I'm not so sure.
But yeah, I do think Liverpool will be in the final waiting for either Chelsea or City. I'm hoping. I actually want City to stay in the Champions League longer because that's going to distract them in the league. The longer they stay in it, the better.
What do you think, Joe?
I want a rematch of 2018. I want the boys to get revenge.
Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Real have been
because a fun stat for you. Both times Liverpool played Benfica in the European Cup / Champions League quarterfinals in 81 and 84, they went on to win the trophy. In 81, when they beat Benfica in the quarterfinals, they played Bayern in the semi-finals, beat them, and then won the trophy against Real Madrid in the final in Paris. So there we go, it's all aligned.
But the thing is, even against in El Clasico, you saw no Benzema, no party.
Yeah. No, I think City we'll do Atletico. I think it'll be Chelsea City semi. That's going to be tight. I think obviously Bayern are going to walk Villarreal, and we should get past Benfica. So.
I don't know, you know. Like, I don't think Bayern can afford another performance they did at Salzburg away, where they were poor. I think Villarreal could punish them if they're sloppy.
And United beat Villarreal twice this season. Just saying.
Pardon?
I'm just saying that even United beat Villarreal twice this season. I don't think Bayern
they dumped Juve out.
But Juve aren't great.
Juventus has been knocked out for the last few seasons.
Right.
Juventus
so it's going to be a scintillating end to the season. Like, let me say that. But I do think Liverpool will be holding the big ears once again.
What do you guys think of the Gary Lineker?
With his Walker's crisps. Other crisps are available.
What do you lot think about the away goals being scrapped?
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, it takes
I quite like it.
It takes part of the fun away from the competition. You had so many great moments. I said, what, like 2009, Jack's gonna, if he's watching this, he's gonna hate this. And Jack Price,
is that the
Chelsea
4-4 game?
But that one where Iniesta scored in the last minute with Barcelona's only shot on target to knock Chelsea out in the semi-final, send themselves to Rome where they beat United in the final. It was a beautiful moment. It was hard for a couple of years ago when Atletico.
I don't have a problem with it, Joe. So, like, if I'm being honest, I don't really have a problem with it. Like, it's not. Hey, considering all the other changes they're going to do to the Champions League, like, this is the least of the. This is the least of the things that has wound me up. Like, the potential changes, like the UEFA are doing their own crap version of the Super League in 2024. That's what they're doing.
You know what? Bring on the Super League.
Super League, Super Greed, Champions League, Champions Greed.
Yeah, let's be honest. Like, if that whole Super League debacle, if that was presented in a better way, we would have all been on board.
Yeah.
Now, let's be real here. If they were,
let's be honest. The only problem we had with it was that there was no doors for any club. Basically,
it was a closed shop. But let's be honest. Like, UEFA have just gone, oh, what's the copy sheet? Yeah, it's great. Hopefully they'll resolve and someone will see the light, but they'll just see dollar signs and yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, these organisations like the FA, UEFA, FIFA, they claim after the Super League debacle to care about the fans.
I know,
but they've not shown it, and they're not going to show it. It's all about the wallet. Actually, they do care about the fans' wallets.
Yeah. I've said this for many years. This is when, like, FIFA got found out a few years ago with Sepp Blatter. I remember saying then, and as ridiculous as it sounds, I remember saying this to my brother. I said to him, no, we need to get rid of... No, FIFA needs to go. UEFA needs to go. We need to form a new governing body for European football and for world football. You can't trust these people again. It doesn't matter if you replace them, because the people that they normally replace worked under those people. It's not going to change. They're used to working like that. Yeah. It's no different to Ed Woodward leaving United. Richard Arnold worked under Ed Woodward. What makes you think that's going to change the way our chief executive runs United? It's just as simple as that. It's so ambitious to say all that, but I'd like to say you should get someone in who was a footballer to run it, but we had Platini who ran UEFA, and look at how that ended up. He got himself arrested. So I don't know. I think it will always be a mess. You'll always have stuff going on behind closed doors until the newspapers leak it, basically.
And from the Champions League to the Championship, and to quickly rattle this one off and tie it up in a nice little bow, who will get promoted to the Premier League? I've had a look at the table. I don't know if you lads have yourselves, but at the moment Fulham are top with 77 points. I'd say they're home and dry there. Bournemouth is second with 69 points, everyone's favourite number there, 36 games played. Sorry, I tried to keep it straight face and I couldn't do it.
You gotta keep it straight.
Luton third with 63 points, 38 games played. Huddersfield fourth with the same amount of points but one game played more. And you got Sheffield United in fifth with 61 points. Blackburn sixth with 61 points. And then you got Middlesbrough and QPR seventh and eighth with 59. But Middlesbrough with a game in hand on QPR and 2 on Blackburn. And then you got Forest and Millwall in 9th and 10th respectively. So go on then, lads. Who do you think will be joining? Let's just say Bournemouth and Fulham are wrapped up there. Because it looks like they... who's going to join them, do you reckon?
I must admit, I wasn't expecting Huddersfield to get up there.
No.
I've got an outside shout.
Do you think Forest could?
I was about to say.
I would like that.
If they're not feeling sorry for themselves, and if Steve
Steve Cooper,
Steve Cooper can get them rejuvenating the game, because they were played really well against Liverpool. Probably should have had a penalty. Let's be honest here, they should have had. Even I was like, because I've conceded the penalty just like that. But no, I think Forest have got the players. If they can manage their injuries that they've got done, I think they can make a late push. And it's always the team that makes that late dart to the playoffs. Those are usually the favourites to go and win it, because the momentum's always with them. So I'd worry about Luton not going up, because Luton look like that they are going to miss out.
I've seen Luton a couple of times in the last few weeks. They play very good football under Nathan Jones. So,
Sheffield United there, because they were stinking up the Championship beginning of the season. They were stinking it up. They had Paul Heckle's bottom or something like that as manager, former Leeds gaff. Yeah, they were stinking up the gaff. But yeah, I'm sure.
And they had.
I think not in Forest.
Is it Safisa Jurkanovic they got in now, or is it the lad that used to be at Barnsley they've got in now?
What
Sheffield United? Yeah.
I will have a look.
I'm sure it's Heckingbottom they've got in now. I think.
Really?
Yeah, Paul Heckingbottom they got in now, so he sacked Slavisa Jurkanovic.
Yeah, actually, I want them to go up, because Liverpool get money, because Ben Davies is on loan now. So if we get more money, they get promoted. It's the same with Fulham and Bournemouth. Both getting money paid to Liverpool should they get promoted. Wilson, Nico Williams, and Nat Phillips. All get their money, baby. All get their money.
I like that. I would like to see Luton. It'd be interesting with Luton, because he plays some good football. I think they'll be in the playoffs, but I don't think they'll go up. I think Blackburn will drop out. They seem to have bottled it again.
I think good under Chris Wilder.
I
think Brenton Diaz getting injured for them has been detrimental to Blackburn, because he was the main guy. And I touch on Brenton Diaz, considering that before he changed his nationality, his goal record was appalling. Second he becomes Chilean, he's like, got that South American samba, baby. And then he's actually banging in goals. And plus, he's on a free transfer at the end of the season, not signing a new deal. So that would be a good pickup for a lower Premier League side.
I've seen the likes of Brentford, West Ham, Brentford picking him up in the summer, someone like that.
Yeah.
So, quick fire. You got to pick a team. Go.
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I'm going to say the same. They've played really good football from what I've seen in the FA Cup, and I think now that they're out of the cup, they've got one thing to focus on, and that is getting into the playoff.
Yeah, I think that's a good shout. If our friend Connor Porter's watching, I think you'll be happy with that one. Forest
could have beaten you lot. Could have beaten you lot the other day. They were very close.
They were very close. I think
probably should have had the penalty. It's not offside before you go. Liverpool's goal was offside. Right angle.
That felt like a penalty. It did feel like a penalty.
Oh, trust me, I've conceded the exact same penalty. I've conceded the same one where your arm's there and you've not actually gone to touch the player. The player just dragged their leg into your arm, and it's like
to make it. It's so obvious when you watch it back as well.
Yeah, but got the right.
But that's the tactic, isn't it?
Yeah,
simple as that.
Initiate contact, go down, win the pen.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think that's a nice little.
No different to diving. I mean, Mexico on the last minute of their game against USA last night, trying to find a winner. Viga ran into the box, hardly got touched, and he fell to the ground, and then got a yellow card. It was hilarious.
I think that's a nice way to wrap it up. That's been another edition of the Let's Talk Soccer show here on Let's Talk Sport. Thanks to Jamie and Luke for joining us tonight. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and comment on future videos. And we'll see you all very soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Really sweet.